ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Oh yeah. Hi everybody. I'm Robert Bannon. How's it going? Welcome to the Roundtable. Oh, another Tuesday bonus. If you like this channel, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're here every single week, at least once a week on Thursdays live, and then we have the bonus talks, which is what you're watching right now, plus red carpets, plus so much. If you want to send a guest suggestion, send it our way. We are a show about art and artists. We've had everybody from Chaz Palminteri to Bianca Del Rio, the drag queen, to a drag queen dog, to Rosemary Harris. So we've run the gamut. And and if you love that, then you have found the place. Today we have a special up and coming kind of show. Sometimes I meet people and they are promoting something or they have something to say, and we're open for everybody. You don't have to have Emmys and Tonys and Oscars to be here. So my good friend Gabi McCarren is here. She's an aspiring actress. She's a music director. She does a little bit of everything. I met her. She was promoting a show, and we have her here. And I'd love for you to get to know some know them now before they're too fancy to return our call. All right, so alert, everybody. You know what I'm going to say. We love up and coming stars. So the other week I was just here and I got to meet Gabi McCarren, and I'm so excited to introduce you to her. Gabi McCarren. Look, we've embarrassed her already. She's embarrassed already.
Hello, I am.
Gabi, we're so sweet. You came to the Broadway lecture series, and you must be a theater stan and fan.
Oh, I adored it. I am. And I am the biggest theater stan. So, oh my God, it was the best time. Oh my God.
Anyone from Jersey is my family automatically. That's it, Gabi.
I feel the same way. We're family already.
We're family already. What exit on where you grew up in Jersey?
The thing is, I don't drive, so I don't know. It's like I'm always a passenger. The thing is I don't have a driver's license, so I don't know.
That's okay.
But I live in Glen Ridge, so.
Glen Ridge, yeah.
Yes.
Come on, Glen Ridge. So when you were growing up, what was it that made you fall in love with theater?
Oh gosh, I think it was one, like the community of just like all of these people who seemed so excited and full of life and just like ready to create things. Like I feel like actors creators, like playwrights, like agent, like everybody just like in the industry has like this like need to like make something, and I feel like that's such like a vital and interesting feeling. And then also just music in general has just always been like just like an incredible experience, and just like the need for like this sonic stimulus for me has always been like so like life-changing, and so like it just like refills me, you know. Just like,
no, of course. What was the last piece of art or show that you saw?
Ooh, the last piece of art or show that I saw, well, other than your show, which I just saw, the interview that you just did, which I count as theater because I enjoyed it. I think the last piece of theater that I actually saw, just because I've kind of been busy with doing a lot of work, was Coming Out, which is a new musical, a new gay musical about coming out. And I saw it, and it was kind of like in a workshop process, but I loved it and I had such a great time. It was such an enjoyable experience, and it was so great seeing like new artists like who are also, I feel like I'm on the same, like, you know, we're all trying to like hustle and like become something. So it was so great to see all of these other artists who are just like doing the same thing as me, like actually like being able to perform and stuff. It was a great night.
I love it. And you have been integral to creating new art and work with other artists and yourself in a collaborative way. You know, Bella Faye and 54 Below, her song cycle, the song cycles of this, such as What Is Catching Fireflies, and that was one that was done, and now the new shows. What is it like when you're a music director, which means
I'm a musical director now. I'm musical directing.
You're musical directing. So what is your job for, say, this event that's 54 Below? What are you doing as the music director, and what is it like when you're not doing like typical cabaret, like I'm doing All That Jazz and then I'm singing Memory from Cats and then I'm singing, like this is original music. So as a music director, is it hard for you to kind of learn the music, feel the music? What is your process as a music director?
No, sure. I feel like my role as a musical director is actually like kind of different than most people's role as a musical director because I'm trying to like marry three different works. Because like it's like a night of Bella Faye's music and friends. So there are a couple people who are doing their other original works, me included. So like that's going to be very exciting. Me, my friend Elle, and my friend Gabe are all doing our original works. And then also it's all Bella Faye's original music, and that includes their first song cycle and album that was San Francisco Daydream, and then Catching Fireflies, and now there's a new one called Scorpio and Mars that hasn't been released yet. So these have all been like recorded over like a long period of time, and they've all like had very different themes, and they've all kind of been written with different musical directors and kind of different styles. So I'm trying to like sonically marry the three and like make the harmonies from like I'm rewriting harmonies from old ones and writing the new harmonies for the new one so that it all kind of comes together in this piece, and so that it doesn't seem as kind of disjointed, because there are some parts like there's a song where like four people do like a little scene from Catching Fireflies, and then like after that someone will come up and just do like a solo performance from like a new song cycle. So it's kind of like making sure that the audience understands what's happening and understands that like we're going through like pieces of the artist's work, and like also making sure that the harmonies all sound rich and all sound good with the musicians, because also like it's new arrangements of a lot of this music or like a new key or things like that. So just making sure that it all kind of comes together well. And like also like some of the actors are really like new, and some of them have been a part of this process for like a year. So it's also being like, who can already do these harmonies, who needs to know them from scratch and need attention from me because I need to like help them really understand like what the piece is about. And then there are some people who are like, I know what I'm doing, like I've been doing this. Right. So it's like it's a very interesting job to do, like meeting some people who I've been working with for a while, and then some people who I don't know yet, and just like really like trying to make sure that I'm doing the best for Bella Faye and their music, but also the independent creators and their art and their music. And also like I just also have been a part of most of the projects, and I also love the music, so I also feel a responsibility because I want it to sound good, and I want this music that I've listened to for like 5 years to like come across well to these people who might be hearing it for the first time. So yeah, that's kind of my job. But I love talking with people and helping people with vocal technique and helping people with just like acting work. So like it's been such a dream to like get to do this. I've like always thought about maybe trying it, and it's like so fun to just get to work on it and experiment, especially with like music that I got to come at as an actor first, and like now I get to reassess it as a musical director. It's really interesting.
Fascinating. I love that. You wear many hats like all good artists do.
I try.
And so you have an original piece that you perform. You write music as well.
I do, yes. I am working on an album that will hopefully come out early next year, and that will be my debut album. And I started songwriting in college as like a way. I was always a writer and a poet, and creative writing and short stories were kind of like the way that I really like went into writing first. And then as I got more into music and my musical career, I decided to start maybe working on like becoming a writer of music and like learning kind of the differences between that and stuff. So I feel like it's taken a little time for me to shift, but I really enjoy it, and I find it such an outlet, and it's so crazy to like write something and hear it fully with like musicians and stuff. Like I cried the first time. Like it's like crazy. Like it's insane.
What is the song that you've been performing or that you're performing this week, and what is some of the inspiration behind the music?
No, sure. So the first song that I ever wrote, and kind of that will probably be like the basis for the album, is called Negative Behavior, and it deals with mental health as an artist and like the kind of anxiety that comes from being in a world where everybody's so worried about legacy and so worried about like what you are making and what it will mean later on, and all, and like needing to produce all of this content and like having like anything that deters from that be negative or bad or a problem, even if it might be like self-care or stuff like that. And so that's kind of the basis of like the album and the song. And like pretty much the album is kind of about me growing up and like learning to be an adult and kind of in, and like I know it's like it's a very universal experience, but it'll also be unique because it's from me, of course. But like, and the song actually that I will be performing at 54 Below is a new song that I wrote actually about like 3 weeks ago, so it's very new, and it's called Crazy Pills, and it's about like, it's like the feeling of like always being like asked about like if you're taking your meds and like if you're doing okay and like going, and you're kind of feeling like you're spiraling on the inside, but you need to like tell everybody that you're doing okay, because it's like you can't be like you're not like I'm not too bad, like you're like I'm okay, but like
well,
but, you know, life.
Wondering, I'm taking my meds today, so I'm doing okay.
Me too.
So we're good. Gabi, look
Yay!
at us. We
did it.
I love this. See, this is what I'm talking about. This creativity and this new voice is what we're all about.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, you are such a light.
Oh goodness gracious! Wait till
you are. Oh my gosh, meeting you. Oh my gosh, so much energy, energy and happiness.
Right, until you meet me at a diner somewhere, and I throw a menu and I curse out a waitress and throw a plate across the room.
Well, now I need to see that side of you. Now we need to go to a diner next time.
These fries for everyone. Gabi,
yes.
where can people stay up to date? Can they follow you on the social medias and et cetera, et cetera?
Yes, on Instagram, I am Gabi, GABBI_McCarren, MCCARREN. And then I am also at www.gabimccarren.com. And then I also have a link tree in my bio, so you can look at all of my stuff over there. Yeah, there's plenty of ways to go look at me. And then also you can go look at Catching Fireflies on Instagram, Catching Fireflies NYC. Go look at Bella Faye at Bella Faye on Instagram. Yes, go look at the show.
Deep dive the whole situation.
Yay! Oh my God, so exciting. Thank you so much for having me. This was such a blast.
Yes, we'll be watching and we will be following this exciting journey. You've only just begun. The best is yet to come, for sure.
Oh my God, for you too. Oh my gosh, this was such a great morning. Thank you so much. Made my day.
There you have it. And we've talked about the Frog and Peach Theater Company before. They do Shakespeare, they do classical works in an affordable way, in a great way, as a nonprofit right here in New York. They have a gala coming up. We were a wild, technically challenged interview, but we did it. And hey, the play that goes wrong, sometimes it's the interview that goes wrong. And take a peek. We are going to class things up because we're surrounded by real actors, real artists. We have to keep being our best behavior. They really know what they're doing. We've had the wonderful artists from the Frog and Peach Theater Company here before. There's a one-night special event. It's called College Fun. It's a new comedy, and we have the people who founded and created this entire organization and some of the amazing artists that work for them. Ted, welcome.
Hi,
Lynnea. You are the mystery. You are like the Wizard of Oz. You are behind the curtain here.
Pay no attention to that lady behind the curtain.
I feel like this is the Masked Singer. At the end of this, you are going to reveal yourself, who you really are. But congratulations on the amazing programming that you have created and the amazing work that you put up on stage every season with the Frog and Peach Theater Company. Will you guys talk a little bit about how you started it and what the objective of the organization is?
Sure, I'd be happy to. We started sort of looking at each other and wondering why our friends and neighbors and even colleagues just didn't know very much about Shakespeare. Sort of like looked scared when you mentioned Shakespeare, because when we met, we'd each brought the same 3 books to New York with us: Edgar Allan Poe, Sir Conan Doyle, and Shakespeare. And we just always thought of him as a good friend and very actable and very fun. And so we planned our own wedding. How hard can running a Shakespeare company actually be? So that's where it took off, and we offered the shows for free for a long time in a tumble down little space on 86th and Amsterdam. And people really responded, and we made enough money to upgrade and get our 501c3. And we spent pre-pandemic, we were 4 seasons at the Sheen Center down on Bleecker Street. During the pandemic, we did a wonderful series called Tinkerbell Online, which is sort of a fairy tale seen through an edgy, jaded New Yorker's eyes. Very funny, and most of the people here were involved in some way.
Well, yes, and you have been doing Shakespeare and have made it not only affordable, but you have put on quality work and given actors really a chance to get up there on the boards and do some great work in New York City. And so thank you as a fellow actor for the opportunity for actors to act. Can you tell us a little bit about who's about to join us? Who is about to join us tonight?
Well, I'd be happy to. The lovely and talented Ted Zurkowski is the playwright of College Fun. At the height of the pandemic, I sent out a very informal request to people within our network. And I was very surprised that he submitted some scripts to me. I didn't even know he wrote plays. You know, you marry somebody, you think you know them, and then they're writing plays. And I thought they were very, very funny and very good. And so a brief run of verbatim started testing the waters with Estelle Parsons and Austin Pendleton at the Players Club, when there's some other folks who are here today. Was very successful. So when the opportunity at the Marjorie S. Deane Little Theater, great product placement, sweetheart. Yeah, okay. Presented itself, we thought, let's do it. College Fun is a very timely, very scathing little farce, and we're having a wonderful time. So that's Ted Zurkowski and his sick, sick mind. Alyssa Diamond is also here, our friend Alyssa. She was a charming Celia in our recent As You Like It. She also plays a very short-tempered Snow White in the Tinkerbell Online series. She's played Witch 2 in the Scottish play. She's played Celia in As You Like It, Viola in Twelfth Night, and she's just a joy to work with.
Some slouch. What I mean, really. Some lineup of roles there. Welcome. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Wonderful. Thanks for being here.
Let's see. Anuj Parikh, who's a more recent addition to the company. Terrific actor, came out of left field. He'd never auditioned for us before, and we just fell in love at first sight. Anuj recently played Oliver in As You Like It, and he plays a quasi Fox News host in Tinkerbell Online, and he's the fearsome Dr. Pane in College Fun.
Hey everyone.
Hi Anuj, welcome.
That was my laugh. I know.
Oh, don't lose your computer.
No, it's fearsome. No.
You're filling me with confidence, Anuj. Thanks, buddy.
We're doing great. Everyone is doing. We're wonderful. Anuj, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
And last but not least,
the fabulous Desmond Still. Take a bow, Desmond. How you doing? Oh yeah, there's my fella.
Welcome aboard, Desmond.
Desmond stepped into this role really kind of recently, but we're tickled to have him, and we're having a lot of fun with this show.
I'm excited to be doing it.
The show, for everyone, firstly, you could go to frogandpeachtheater.org to get your tickets. It's Friday. It's May 12th. It's at 8:00. As she said, it's you can get your tickets and you can see the show. It's written by him right here, and you can then come and there's a reception, and it's going to be a fun, great night. The actors that are here, can you tell us a little bit about what your role is like, and what is a little brief history about when did you become an actor and why you love this theater company in particular? Desmond, you're underneath me. It's like Hollywood Squares. Would you like to tell us about when did you get the bug to be an actor, and why do you love working with this company?
Man, I started acting. I started with slam poetry when I was about 9. And after that, I mean, somebody told me I have a little talent for it. And I was like, okay, let me explore this. And ever since then, I did whatever shows I could get into and went to college, went through my program, started my career. And the longer that I'm in this career, the more fulfilled I learn how to be. And like the more I learn how to dive into my work and understand exactly what this craft means to me. And so that's what I really love. Over time, it just gets better. And then this theater company, I mean, like, it's my first time working with the theater company. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to work with the actors. I love the play. Like, this was a wonderful. It's such a great commentary on university politics, and so I'm excited to kind of be able to represent that.
It sounds super fun. Anuj, tell us about when did you say, "Hey, I want to be an actor," and what has it been like to work with the Frog and Peach?
So I used to be a professor of physics, and
wow,
I decided after advancing through academia that I wanted to try doing something else. So about 5-6 years ago, I moved to New York City to try to be an actor, and that's what I've been doing. Working with Frog and Peach, I always feel kind of humbled at the level of trust that they put in we actors, in collaborators, and it's like I said, it's humbling, and that's why I like working with them.
I love that's a beautiful thing. To be able, as creators that you are, to work with a company that allows you to be and work the way you want.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. As someone who at 33 had 2 master's degrees and told my parents I'm going to acting school, I understand your plight and journey. Parents love that. They love, I'm a college professor and now I'm going to move to New York and be an actor. It's a dream of all time. And last but not least, when did you decide to become an actor and what did it like to be working with this organization?
Oh, I started to think I like acting in high school, and I was on my way to being in the financial world. I was studying to work at the World Trade Center, and hoping that would be an amazing career. I'd always wanted to do in finance, and then 9/11 happened, and I decided, okay, I'm going to take up something else. And there was an after-school play, and it was so much fun, and I got the acting bug. And after that, I went to college, and then Lee Strasberg, where I met Ted, who was my acting teacher, and he introduced me to Lynnea, wonderful Frog and Peach, and I've been with them for about 6 years now, and like she said, I've done a few roles that I'm entirely proud of, and every time I get to do something different. And this play, oh my God, it's so exciting for me because Dr. Ram, I have a feeling, was written for me because it's part of my first name. And I've always played nicey characters, so I'm so excited to play this Viper, and I can't wait to do it. I had such a great time yesterday and throughout the rehearsals. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yes, well, Ted, let me ask you, what was the inspiration behind writing this play? How did this idea come about, and can you give us a little idea of what the plot of it is?
Well, during the pandemic, I had a lot of time on my hands. I also have a rock and roll band and everything else, but I don't know. I wrote 3 plays, and like I don't remember writing them. I just fell into the zone every morning at 6 o'clock and just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote. And after about 6 months, I had 3 plays, and then I said they're good. So I'm mentioning all 3 because the other 2 are mostly autobiographical and family stuff. Estelle Parsons compared it to Sam Shepard and Maria Irene Fornes. But this play, I know a lot of people who either teach college or have taught college. And there you are. So, and also I wanted to create a play with characters that do not look like me. And there it is. I thought it was time that I did something like this.
Well, that's super exciting. Lynnea, when you are running an organization such as this, can you explain a little bit about what the funds are going to be used at this fundraiser and why it's important to support art and organizations like Frog and Peach?
Speaking as an actor, I understand each of these wonderful people's impulse to create. Putting on my producer hat, it's we weathered the storm of the financial crisis between 2008 and 2009, when a lot of organizations with much better funding than what we had were closing forever, selling off their costumes and just disappearing. And yet Frog and Peach started a new program during that crisis with a budget of about $1.40. We're here to serve. We're here to serve. And the prices of things have gone up so high. I'm sure you know, Robert, that, you know, the prices on performance space rental and rehearsal space rental are just through the roof. And of course, these places are trying to recoup some of their losses incurred during the pandemic. But we've always had the support of the Department of Cultural Affairs. We've had the support of a few foundations, but unfortunately, a lot of foundations look at Frog and Peach and see that our main stage program serves what I like to say is regular people, not the highfalutin Mr. Monopoly types. You know, they see Shakespeare, these funders, and they think, oh, well, I gave at X organization with scads of money and real hand towels in the bathroom. And I gave to this organization, you know, that has, you know, real soap in the bathrooms. And little companies, small to medium-sized companies like Frog and Peach, really need some help right now, because we have plus-size programs, but we only have like a pint-sized budgets. So any help we can get, we're very grateful for, and we are here to serve.
I love that so much, and that is exactly what they're doing. Dr. Ram, who is Dr. Ram? Tell us a little bit about your part in this, and how have you found this character? What kind of homework do you do besides rehearsal to get in the mindset of your character?
Oh my gosh, you're taking me back to acting school. Yes, okay. Like I said, Dr. Ram for me is actually a very challenging part. But it's been wonderful because I actually enjoy being bad. I mean, literally, I'm doing the animal work for Viper and Tiger and all of this stuff. Becoming a real predator because I'm going to go in and get him. Like, I have no remorse for this and for the situation that's going on in the play. So for me, it's been every day living the challenge of thinking, how can I be a little bit more intimidating, a little bit more sinister, and then a little bit more sexual. So for me, this is all fun.
Absolutely. Well, I love that animal. That's wow. You took me back to acting school too. Yeah. Anuj, what is your character, and what is a little bit about it, and how have you found your way in, and what is your process to kind of do the work?
So the character is Dr. Payne. He's one of the members of this triumvirate that's dealing with this professor. The way I've kind of tried to, well, one way to try to deal with this character is I've just been watching a lot of old Twilight Zone, the old ones, the Rod Serling ones, and it's very curious how it seems that kind of dystopia that Twilight Zone would always imagine seems to be infiltrating in our real life. I think that you can just read the paper, and you'll find all these unfortunate articles about teachers having to deal with the idea of what they can teach, and moreover how they can teach it, which I think is a very curious thing to think about, and that's what this new play is all about.
Interesting, super fascinating. And Desmond, who are you playing in this? And tell us a little bit about your process.
I'm playing Professor Jones, man, and he is just trying to do his job, and people keep on interrupting him from doing it and trying to fire him. So, you know, I was rather close with a lot of my professors in college, and I used to work on the floor that all of them worked on. And I got to kind of hear a lot about these politics that they had to deal with constantly. And I actually had a friend of mine who taught at the school who was let go because of a very, very ridiculous little political situation. So the frustration and the kind of just the exhaustion of this in the the ridiculousness of it is something that I was exposed to firsthand, and so it's a great source for me to draw on, and then also remember why, because I thought about going back to my school and teaching, and then I was like, no, no, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, so it's like it's fun to actually be able to be in this role and kind of deal with this just level of frustration and ridiculousness of the people around me. Yeah.
I love it. And listen, during the dam, I'm a school teacher. Run. Don't regret your decision.
Saint is what you really are.
Ted, when you see this and rehearse this piece and it's about to be on its feet, what has it been like to see your words come to life with these amazing young actors?
I don't go to rehearsals. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You don't?
No, I don't think. No, Lynnea and I both strongly agree. A playwright should not be at the rehearsals. No, I'm going to be standing in the back for our benefit, and that's it. If I could just say something else, because I just gave a very dour, answer to your question a little bit earlier. I'm a big fan of Joe Orton, and I'd been reading a lot of Joe Orton a year or so ago before I started writing the play, and the son of a bitch is getting 3 to 5 pages, 3 to 5 laughs a page, and I said, well, I'm going to shoot for 3 or 4, and we're getting them. We're getting 3 to 4 laughs a page, sometimes 5. So that's really what it is. I just wanted to write an entertainment. I want to hear people laugh, for God's sakes. Yes. And that's what it is. So I'm not quite as serious and dour an individual as the man that answered your question earlier. It's a freaking entertainment. And people need to have a sense of humor about everything, from death on down. So I don't know. That's my mission.
I love it. Sounds good to me. And Lynnea, after it's over, there's a reception and you can all kiki it up and have a nice little moment together.
Yes, indeed. We'll hug each other like we just ran the marathon. I'm looking forward to it. And if I just may say, these people, and I wish Jonathan were here. Look at him with his nail polish and his little earring. Oh, and also the tickets are available at Eventbrite too. Everybody should know that. Eventbrite.com. It's easy to find college fun. It's just a pure pleasure to work with these people. Alyssa Diamond has got the comic skills of a young Judy Holliday. Who's ever crunching that can, Ted? Could you stop it? Anuj Parikh had comic chops that I didn't know were there. I mean, he just played this very sort of wonderful leading man, heroic role that sees the error of his ways and as you like it. And here he's just this remorseless kind of madman kind of thing, just a steamroller. You don't know if he's going to want to devour you or make love to you. It's wonderful. And Desmond is so wonderful. Just such a blessing to be working with this terrific young actor who's got the lightest touch, and it even with very few rehearsals is just mining the gold from this rather sinister play. If I may say, if somebody were to ask me what the play is about right now, I'd say any one of us can be a monster.
Well, if that doesn't strike your curiosity, I don't know what Lynnea, without seeing you, you may be the monster right now. We have no idea. There you go. Oh, and now Ted's gone too. See?
I ate him.
This tragic.
His work is done.
Well, Desmond, Anuj, you all of you break all the legs May 12th. Ted, congratulations. Lynnea, congratulations for the work and all of the time and energy and effort you put to create great art in New York City for actors and for audiences alike. Y'all make me want to act, but I'm scared of what you guys really throw down. I'm scared. Congratulations, everybody. Go to Eventbrite. Go to frogandpeach.org. Get your tickets. May 12th, support art, support artists, and make sure that we continue to have this great work on stages for many years to come. Thank you all so much for all the work that you do. The interview might be a little, we got through it, and that's all that matters. And they are going to get through this show, and you should support art and artists always. If you want to know more information about me, you can go to robertbannon.com. I have a show coming up at 54 Below. I am opening Pride at 54 Below, plus we have Pride month of activities here in June. So come back, stay with us, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend today. Support art, support artists. And I just want to say big thank you to everybody out here for watching. God bless you, and I'll talk to you again real soon. The best is yet to come. Bye, everybody.